So last year, I did a video on Grace Thorpe, a woman who is famous for maybe or maybe not having sex with her father. Well, she decided to call into my stream, and boy oh boy did that become something incredibly funny and interesting. Grace, for all it's worth, is very, very charismatic and very funny, but she very quickly gets into words with a fellow streamer and friend of mine, Xylee Gets Real. And then later, the A-logger of the Thorpes, Shamu, calls in. This is honestly pretty freaking wild. This one's really good. So I hope you guys enjoy.
What's up, boys? I hear you're obsessed with me.
Okay.
Okay, here we go.
I don't know about that.
Here we go. Okay, Grace.
So what did we get wrong with the video, Grace?
Well, first of all, I do want to compliment you that it was a fairly fair video. It was nuanced, and you did seem to find us funny, and so I did appreciate that. But I would say that I get, as a YouTube documentarian, that you're trying to have a storyline, and you chose sort of the angle of, like, my dad's the crazy one. He says a lot of, you could call shock jock things. People take them as shock jock things. But I think you missed the actual storyline of what happened here, which is that my parents' relationship was going down the tubes, and then eventually, because we weren't getting anywhere, it ended up getting transferred onto YouTube, but the original idea was not to make family drama content. That's the trajectory. She was checked out. Once it got on YouTube, she found online friends, because she hadn't really had friends in real life, associated herself with them, they convinced her to do stuff, and then she just tanked our family into the ground.
Well, I have to kind of push back on that just a little bit. Not on,
Sure.
like, if she was dissenting, you know, in her mental health, I'm sorry, I still believe that your dad literally built the channel based off of her, you know, mental decline.
Or at the very least, the family friction between all of you.
It was put on display for everyone.
It's not true.
And that's how you. What do you mean?
But the first, like, 10 or 20 streams that my dad ever did was they were with me, and we were talking about philosophy and religion.
Yeah, we
had a show called
I'm sorry to interrupt.
So it had nothing to do with really with the family.
Yeah, that's mentioned in the script that your dad at first wanted to become more of like a religious and philosophy channel.
I understand that. I understand it started one way, but it really got built off of the drama of your family, though. Like, that's how y'all got known. That's how you ended up on Destiny. Because of that.
That is how we got known.
Yeah.
That is how we got known.
So that means that's how you got built up. Nobody gave a shit about the philosophy stuff. They gave a shit about the drama between y'all and, like, your whole family. I remember watching a video where the grandfather was begging to help pay the bills over there.
That was after my mother had decided to move out of the mansion, and there were leftover unpaid bills. After she abandoned our family, she had been the one in charge of, like, paying the bills and making sure they got paid. Not in charge of making the money, but just in charge of paying the bills.
Mm-hmm.
So when she abandoned our family and pretended to be homeless for 3 months, the bills didn't get paid. Once she came back, she decided to move out. Then she decided to call up my dad's dad and get him to harass my dad after she had kicked him out. She decided to call his dad and get him, manipulate him, lie to him to harass my dad to pay the bills for a place that she was moving out of anyways.
I don't know. I mean, listen, I'm not saying that your mom's not fucked up, but I'm not going to sit here and be okay with Ben, like, making Ben look like an angel.
I'm not denying your mother's culpability in the dysfunction of your family, but it's, you know, there are outrageous things your father has said of his own accord, you know, that are just inexcusable.
Yes, those are the shock jock things. Well, I mean, I don't think they're inexcusable. They're jokes. And if they're not jokes, then they're based. Like, tell me one thing he said that's criminal or that crazy.
Oh, criminal? No, I wouldn't say criminal.
The fondling thing?
Yeah.
Really?
I think that's gross. Okay, here's the thing.
Okay,
I understand.
Well, whatever. Nobody thinks my dad is weird with little kids. He worked in a, what do you call it, like a YMCA after school.
No, he's pulling. I think he's pulling a Mr. Girl. I honestly think he's pulling a Mr. Girl where he's trying to be shocking so people will fucking watch him. because, oh my God, what crazy thing is Ben gonna say now? I mean, he's basically bullshitting everybody to get the views. I mean, I get that.
Yeah, but he's not
totally
saying it to
understand that.
be. He's not saying it to be edgy. His main point to the internet is that people are super freaked out about saying, like, you know, it's okay to talk to minors, it's okay to be physical with kids and other people, and it's important to compliment little boys and girls on their looks and make them feel special and initiate them.
You're wording it in a way that's appropriate, but that is not the way he worded that at all.
Wait. You just
said it in a masculine way, and I say it in a feminine way.
Okay, but
so
I don't know if pedophile in the Greek sense is a masculine way.
Listen. Everybody, hold on. You just said that he was doing shock jock shit. That's exactly what shock jocks do. They do that shit to be edgy.
I'm saying it comes across as shock jock.
No, it doesn't. It comes across as creepy as fuck.
The actual reason that I got on Destiny's stream was because I wanted to debate him about the Steven Crowder. And actually, so the family stuff came up because somebody else sent the link in chat. I didn't bring it up at all. We actually, like, you know, I was only 19 when all of this started. The reason I came across so, like, scared and freaked out at certain points was because, like, can you imagine being 19 and having, like, this sort of private family issue that you're okay with making public, but, like, everybody's judging every part of it? It was a crazy family situation, and it was somewhat necessary to make it public. And at a certain point, once it leaked onto YouTube, we were kind of like, well, fuck it, I don't want this to be private anymore. So it was kind of necessary.
So you made content out of it. You made content out of it, yes?
That's correct, yes.
Okay, then that's how you built your fucking channel and everybody started knowing you. That's my whole point. Duh.
That's what people picked up on and found interesting, but we did other stuff.
Well, yeah, I guess so. Because you're watching a fucking train crash on fucking YouTube, obviously. That's how you built your channel.
Xylee, if that's how I wanted to get clout, why didn't I mention it to Destiny when I was on his fucking stream, retard? Why didn't I mention any of it? I didn't bring it up in the slightest.
I'm saying your father.
My father is the one. My father was in the chat while I was on Destiny's stream for the first time. Did he bring it up? No, he did not bring it up.
Your father was the one who exploited you and your family, and your father still exploits you. He uses you to make money, baby girl, and I'm sorry if you can't see that. I'm sorry. I'm sorry if you can't see that.
This is...
you do your own content. You absolutely do your own content. Grace, I'm not saying
misogynistic, blah, blah, blah.
Fuck off with the misogyny thing, baby. My hands are rated E for everyone. I don't give a fuck what you are, okay, bitch? You got the wrong one, okay? But I'm not saying you don't do your own content, Grace. You are actually pretty fun to fucking watch when you're by yourself. It goes downhill when your fucking father steps in. Honestly,
that's not true. Both my
that's very true. I have literally seen that man kick you off the camera because he wants to be in front of the camera on your own fucking channel in front of your because he can't pull numbers, but you can. I've literally seen him kick you off the camera so he can be in front of everybody. Tell me I'm wrong. You can't say it. You can't tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong.
You are
Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm lying.
You are
wrong.
Go ahead
and try and tell me I'm lying.
The reason you're wrong is because he's absolutely encouraged me to do my own content.
Oh, I'm sure he has, baby. He makes his money off of you.
Okay, well, you're a loser who won't cam up, and you try.
Oh, I'm not. I'm definitely not a loser, and I don't feel like camming up because I'm not even on my show. What?
If he kicks me off the stream because he wants to be in front, he's abusive. If he encourages me,
did I say he was abusive?
No, I didn't finish. If he encourages me to do my own streams and sell myself and try to do my own stuff, he's also abusive, using me to make money. It doesn't make any sense.
Oh wait, did I use?
Why don't you relax?
First of all, check your lipstick before you come for me because it's Xylee, not Kylie. Second of all, did I use the word abusive? I did not. I said exploit. I did not say abusive. I didn't say abusive.
Exploitation is
I did not use the word abuse.
You stupid hick. Exploitation is abuse.
Oh my god.
Exploitation implies abuse. You stupid lisping hick.
I'm a stupid lisping hick. You're the one sitting in the middle of the fucking woods because you have a loser fucking father.
I didn't
You're the one living out of a fucking camper. You're the one living out of a fucking camper because your father is a fucking loser and you are following him down to hell because that man is dragging you there when in fact You are so fucking talented.
You
no,
want a
I'm gonna go ahead
moderator?
and say it.
You called her a hick.
You
Like, I
are
don't
so.
know what to do.
Wait a minute.
Can I get some backup here?
Grace, you are so
No,
fucking talented.
I just want backup on my point.
Grace,
Saying that
you
somebody
are
is
so fucking
exploiting
talented.
You, is the same as
You
saying
don't
they're
need your
abusing you.
father.
Can I get some backup
Grace,
on that?
do you not understand
I've
what
heard
I'm saying?
this so many times.
It's true.
I've heard this.
If
I
it
don't
looks
know what
like a
your
duck and it
relationship
walks
with your
like a
dad
duck
is.
and it talks like a duck, it's a fucking
I don't know
duck.
what your relationship. Okay, will you stop screaming, honey? I get that I triggered you, but just calm down a
No,
little
baby,
bit. Take a breath.
I'm loud and proud all the fucking time. You've seen me on my live streams. You've been in my fucking chat. This is how I am.
Listen to that.
I don't give a
listen to the
fuck. It's
anger
who
in
I
your
am.
voice.
I am. I'm an angry old bitch. What's your problem?
Okay, why would I take advice from an angry old bitch? That
Trying
sounds
to
like
give
the
you
last
advice. I'm
three
just
things
telling
I
you
ever
how
wanna
it
be.
is. I'm not trying to give you advice. I'm telling you
wanna
how
be-
it is. I
I
don't
want to
give a fuck if you
be.
take
I
this
want to
advice
be a
or not. You
young,
grow.
happy woman. I want to be a young, happy woman,
sitting
not
in the
an
middle of
angry
the
old
woods.
bitch.
Wait, you're gonna be a young, happy woman sitting in the middle of the woods in a fucked up camper? Okay, go ahead, go for it.
You got some kind of problem, girl.
No, I don't.
You're
have a
obviously
problem.
just envious because I have a great relationship with my dad. Sorry.
Okay,
I don't know, maybe you're
now you
alright.
just
there.
now you're just kind of laying it
Yeah,
on thick.
yeah.
You're
I'm
just like my
envious.
mother. No, wait. I just want to point something out.
Okay,
This
you
is
can't
what
compare
man-hating.
everyone.
This is what. No. This is what man. Listen to that laugh. Ugh, that cackle. This is what man-hating women. This is what man-hating women do. They just say.
Wait a minute.
You
Wait a
need
minute.
to be by yourself.
Wait a minute. Hold on.
Okay,
Excuse me.
why?
Am I a misogynist or am I a man-hating woman? Which one am I?
I was wrong. You're not a misogynist. You're a man-hater.
No, I'm not a man-hater.
Clearly.
No, I'm not. Absolutely not.
Xylee, you say that I'm great, I'm talented, I'm smart.
You
agree
are
with
great
I'm
and
also
talented,
incredibly
but you're
attractive.
just stuck up your dad's
So
ass.
wait, hang on. I didn't finish my point. So you're saying you should do this on your own. You can be successful. Guess who else said that to me? Guess who is the reason that I am a live streamer? My daddy.
Well, yeah,
That's the
because
reason
he
that I'm
knew.
here
Because he
talking
knew.
to you.
Well, yeah, I guess.
And if
so,
I'm gonna blame my dad for anything, it would be that he led me to a series of events that ended up with me talking with you on this live stream right now. You, a stupid
I
lisping
agree.
hick, screaming
I
at
do
me
agree
that I
with
need to
you
get
on
away
that.
from him.
No,
So,
I do
thanks
agree
a
with
lot,
you
Dad.
on that. But that's because your dad saw all that in you and he knew he could make money off of you.
You guys started out so nice to each
You
other.
only give advice to people that you care about and you don't give a fuck about me?
Yeah,
Sally, you're not making any sense.
I don't give a fuck
Shut
about
up.
you. Your
Shut up.
content. Your
Shut up.
content,
I'm
baby.
not here for you.
No, I don't. I'm
I'm not
literally
here for you.
no. I'm literally not giving you
Oh,
advice
Lord
because I don't
Almighty.
care. Your content. You're literally just content. The sad thing is,
Well,
you
you're
would
not.
be more.
You're not content.
You would be
You're not
more.
content. So maybe shut up and let the actual entertainers entertain.
Be more. If
Guys,
you
I really
wouldn't
can't
be
do this.
stuck
She's
up
just
your dad's
scream
ass.
at me.
I'm not screaming. This isn't
really-
me screaming, baby.
You are
I promise
screaming.
you, this is not me screaming. Anybody who knows me knows this is not me screaming.
You just stopped screaming.
Oh, does it hurt
I
your
literally had
feelings
to
that a
turn my
woman's
headphone
yelling at
volume.
you? Oh,
It doesn't hurt my
does
feelings.
It, hurt
it hurts
your
my ears. It hurts my ears, sweetie. Your
well,
harsh,
turn me down.
shrill shrieking.
Turn me down.
Your
turn me
shrill
down,
shrieking
then.
on scream.
Are
on
you
stream hurts
done?
my ears.
Are
That's
you
what hurts.
done?
It's not my fault that you're a loser.
Are you done?
Xylee, I'm
Oh
sorry.
my God,
It's
I'm
not
a
my
hick.
fault.
Like
It's
I
not my
haven't
fault
heard
that you're
that
an
one
angry
before
old
because of
bitch.
my accent. You got
It's
anything
not my
else to
fault that you're an
say?
angry old bitch.
I am
It's
an
not my
angry
fault that you
old
don't have a
bitch.
man in your
No,
life.
no.
It's not my fault that you're an envious internet loser.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
what?
I have nothing to prove to you, sweetie.
I
wish the best for you, girly.
First of all, I am an angry old bitch. Everybody knows that. Duh.
That's not something to be proud of.
No, that's literally me. I'm an angry old bitch. Is that supposed to be some kind of own? Are you trying to own me with that? What are you doing? Are you trying to own me because I have a country ass accent? What are you doing? Bitch, I don't hide behind any of that.
Women shouldn't be angry.
Women shouldn't be
angry.
Oh my God. Now we starting with the women.
You're an unappealing female.
So what women should do is go around the internet and let their daddy act like they fuck them, right? That's what women are supposed to do. Yeah, you're right.
All right. Diesel, next question.
Yeah. You want me to follow up on that, huh?
Yeah.
So basically, you feel this dysfunction with your mother had just been all the time, right? You bring up a lot of these discussions of like sex and getting exposed to sex very early, but you come from a Catholic
I wouldn't say
household,
exposed to sex. I just I just learned how to do it. You know how kids do that. It's not really that special. A lot of kids learn how to do it early.
Did you learn these things through the internet? How did these things come exposed to you?
No, it was like 2004 or 5 or something. There was like really no internet. We didn't have a computer.
So you just discovered it on your own?
It was manual. Yeah.
Mm.
Then eventually when I got an iPod when I was like 10 or so, I started looking up like weirdly, I started with lesbian stuff on YouTube and then like kissing pranks,
You know, one thing I've noticed about
I
you,
kept
Grace,
that very private.
You know, one thing I've noticed about you,
that?
Grace, your voice changes when you try to bullshit.
Okay, when was I bullshitting? I literally
you get a really.
I don't owe you people to tell you how
okay, you
my
people, whatever. I
sexual
don't give a
life has
fuck.
progressed. But if you want to know, that's what happened.
Your voice switches up, and you get this really sweet tone in your voice, so somebody will hopefully believe the bullshit that you spew.
So I just bullshit you about how I discovered porn? Why would I?
No, you just you bullshit. When you talk about your mother, you probably most likely spew out a bunch of bullshit because your voice changes. You do the same thing when you're trolling
people. What did I tell
people.
that was bullshit about my mother?
Probably, like I said before, about 50% of what you just fucking said. Yeah, because I don't have proof of it. I don't know you like that. I wasn't there. But you do. When you go to bullshit people,
Xylee, maybe when people relax.
No, baby. When you've lived long enough on this earth, you can tell a fucking con artist by hearing them.
You're just like my mother. This is what my mother used to say.
Oh my god, here we go.
Exactly what she used to say.
Just like my mother.
Okay.
Full of shit.
Before we get into a screaming match again.
That's what she said to me.
Before we get into a screaming match again.
Just like her. You're really just like her. You're full of shit. You know I'm right.
Grace,
you know I'm right, Grace.
Shut up.
That's exactly what she used to fucking say.
You know I'm right, Grace.
What's wrong with you?
Okay, whatever. Okay.
It's exactly what she used to say.
Grace,
gaslighting. It's called gaslighting, Xylee.
Okay. Sure. It's called I can smell bullshit when it's in front of me.
You know, you talk a lot about your mom and you put the, you know, obviously in a very derogatory way, you apply your mother and her personality to Xylee, for example, right? Are you worried about becoming her when you're older?
I'd just say, my mother used to say those exact quotes to me. I'd just say that, but not in the same tone of voice. She was better at manipulating me. Xylee's just a loud old hick. But my mother was better at it. I'm just saying she used to say those exact phrases to me. So I'm just saying. It sounds just like her, except more annoying and less manipulative.
Yeah, but do you worry about becoming her? No?
No.
Do you feel that you have any
look like her glasses now, but.
Do you feel that you have any personality traits that are like her?
I mean, of course I do, because she's my mother. You know, I have she's an artistic, sort of more sensitive person. I think I get a bit of that from her. But I don't think I'm very much like her. Even if you take personality traits, forgetting the mental illness.
So you
but that doesn't mean you're not going to turn into your mother. That doesn't mean you're not going to turn into your mother.
But what I'm asking is, do you fear of that possibly being a reality that you could exist in? Like one day this won't happen anymore. One day you won't be a creator.
I don't think so. I just think God has given me a very different life than hers. I used to be worried about it because you know, it's every girl's sort of dilemma. Like if a girl doesn't like her mother, chances are she's going to end up like her. That is true. I don't think that's going to be true of me.
You admit that you hate her and that you guys share some similarities between each other.
I don't hate her.
You speak very poorly of her.
She's mentally ill. Well, because she has manipulated people online into trashing my career and my dad's, and I just wish she would be honest. I just wish she'd be honest that she got really freaked out when my dad said, like, that their relationship wasn't working. That when my dad got close to me, she got freaked out that I was, like, replacing her, and then she just kind of kept checking out.
So you
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Xylee. No.
Well, I was going to say, you do realize that people don't look at the problem with you. And okay, for me, I know for me personally, it's not because of your mother that I feel the way I do about your father and you and your father's situation. It's not because of your mother. It's not because I watched your mother. I have never talked to the woman. It's because what I have seen on live streams for myself. Like, not Shamu's videos, not anybody else's videos. Literally researching and watching your content is what made me believe how I believe about you and your father. It's not your mother's fault. It's what y'all presented.
Xylee, I don't really care. There's lots of Facebook moms out there who think that my dad is a terrible man who's abusive.
Why do you keep saying Facebook mom? What?
Because it's the genre you're in. Oh, look at this. I'm sure you feel the same way about Andrew Tate. I made my opinion about him. He's a terrible abuser of women. Okay, if you want to be a pearl clutcher about Andrew Tate and my dad and other masculine men, go ahead. Lots of people do it. I don't really care.
Here's the sad part of what you're saying. You're obviously very ignorant on who I am. That's the funny part about this. You think you know me, and you
care about you. I don't care about you. I haven't researched you. I don't care.
Obviously, because the shit that is coming out of your mouth, you're literally throwing darts and hoping you hit the bullseye. It is absolutely fucking amazing.
I have not taken any interest in your content besides when you react to me and my dad.
You are such a fucking shill. You are such a fucking, oh my god, bro.
I'm a shill? What does that even mean? I'm trying to sell something?
You're a con artist. You're a con artist.
Now who's the one just throwing stuff?
You're a con artist. You're absolutely a con artist. You're a con artist.
Okay, I'm a con artist. What's the con, Xylee? To get on a stream to talk to you? That's the con?
Okay.
Wow.
You want to know? No. You want to know the con?
Great job.
Here's the con. All right. When
this
live stream, I don't care. I'm gonna say it anyway. So when you go back and watch this live stream, watch how you're talking to Matt and Diesel, and then watch how you talk when a woman speaks up, because you can't handle a woman telling you the fucking truth. Because you a hating ass con artist.
I don't like angry old women. That's true.
Okay, I'm an angry old. Sorry,
you exposed me, Xylee.
I'm sorry you're scared of that. Are you scared? Is that what? Oh my god! I just figured it out.
Enamored.
Holy shit! I figured it out.
Cunts.
I figured it out. Oh my god! I figured it out. You're scared of old women. You're scared of old people. You're scared of old women. Oh my god! I fucking figured it out. You are scared because you're talking like you're scared. Because you're pulling out these insults that come from like 1986. And it's sad. It's fucking sad. You don't even know what to say to me. You're literally like throwing darts, and you're hoping to hit the bullseye on something that will stick with me, and none of it will stick.
Girl.
No,
you're the one who called me a
I'm a grown-ass woman. You're a fucking girl. You're the one. Your daddy literally leads you by a fucking leash through life. Are you kidding me? I'm a grown-ass woman.
Xylee.
You can't say that. Your dad literally leads you by the leash like a fucking little poodle running around. Is that okay, Daddy? Was that live stream okay, Daddy? Daddy, we made this much money. Oh my God, people, I need you to donate to me because Daddy will get mad. What?
Xylee, I won't refer to you as a girl anymore. I'll refer to you as a hag. Is that better? Is that more appropriate?
Like I haven't heard that one before.
Hag. Listen, hag. Okay, maybe you should focus on why you're angry at men and stop projecting
I'm not angry at men
onto my father.
I'm not angry at men.
You clearly are. You clearly are.
Matt here calls me a misogynist all the fucking time. I'm not angry at men.
I think she really dislikes women, which is why she's yelling at you right now.
No.
Yeah, that's exactly why I'm yelling at her.
She's not a misogynist. She's not a misogynist. She's a man-hater.
See, let's go. I moved up in life. Now I'm a man-hater. Yes.
She's only attacking me because I'm associated with a man.
We broke
if I wasn't
the
associated with a man, she wouldn't be doing this. If I wasn't
Yes.
associated with a masculine, good man, she wouldn't be doing this.
Wait.
She's just projecting her anger.
Who's the masculine good man?
My father, obviously. Were you not paying attention? I'm glad the microphone muffled your cackle because I couldn't stand hearing another one of those.
Did you really just call Ben Thorpe a masculine good man? Are you serious?
Yes, I love him very much, and he's a very masculine, very good man. Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah. All right. Joke of the week. Did you ever go to therapy like Lab had suggested to you? Or did you ever like consider actually doing it? Or, when you were going through and like when your dad first got, So
you haven't. It.
Okay. So you haven't gone yet is what I'm saying. Or I'm asking, excuse me. Okay.
No.
What was the thought process for deciding not to go to therapy?
I I think having a therapist is kind of like paying somebody to be your friend and talk to you, and that's kind of lame. I can't really like get behind paying somebody to listen to my problems. They're just being a friend who's going to agree with you. And at the end of the day, they're incentivized to agree with you and feed into your biases to keep you coming back. I would just like to say, therapy, can I ask, sorry, Xylee, can I ask you a question? Have you gone to therapy?
No,
Oh,
I
okay.
have not.
I would suggest maybe looking into that for your psychotic behavior towards strangers
well,
online.
I'm gonna be kind of honest.
Just a suggestion.
Pot calling kettle black here. Ma'am, you're
okay. Before both of you start arguing again.
No, I get my chance to speak. I have my time.
I would suggest that you go to therapy, not me.
Baby girl, you're living in the middle of the woods in a rundown RV. I would not be the one who needs therapy right now.
Could possibly help you with.
Yes. Okay.
Well, look at me and look at you, and we'll decide who needs therapy.
We can't even look at you I don't have a reputation on the internet. My dad fucking me. Yes, look at me and look at you.
Me when Grace's Discord freezes. All right, so the question I asked you was friends off stream, right? People maybe you know IRL, friends of yours. Have you talked to them about the struggles that you're going through? If so, what did they say?
You know, people don't really want to deal with complicated family issues. They kind of say the same horseshit thing that Xylee says, like, go to therapy. It's not really very helpful, you know, but unlike Xylee, I'm not worried about my Heavenly Father when it comes to Judgment Day.
Wait, I didn't say go to therapy. I was asking, did you take Lab's advice? That's the only thing I said. I don't give a fuck if you go to therapy or not.
Okay, so these are my options for advice. You, a self-described angry old bitch, or
ma'am, I am not giving you advice. Why do you keep saying I'm giving you advice? I'm not giving. I give two fucks what you do. I don't care. Baby girl, you are content. I don't give a fuck if you give therapy or not. And whatever self-destruction you do, I hope you do it on a live stream because I'm going to cover it and make fucking money covering it. So please, whatever explosion you do in your life, please do it online so I can cover it and make money. Honey, you're content. I don't give a fuck about the rest.
Yes, I am content. I understand you're too unoriginal to come up with any of your own content. You have to use mine, and I don't copyright strike you for any of that because I'm a sweetheart.
Honey, you can't copyright strike me because it's called fair use, bitch. But if you want to try, let's go. Because you don't have any fucking money to sue anybody. You don't have any fucking money to
your own content.
No, you don't have any money to sue anybody. How the fuck you gonna copyright strike somebody? You don't have money to sue anybody. Bro, what?
You can't.
You're going to copyright strike somebody. You don't have any money to sue anybody.
Do me a favor, Xylee.
Yeah, come on. What?
Do me a favor. Prove to me how little you care about me. How little you care about me by leaving the stream. Please, I beg you, leave.
No, because you would want that, and I love being here and making you feel uncomfortable. No, because I like making you feel uncomfortable, baby girl.
I don't care about you.
That's absolutely fine. I don't want you to care about me.
You came on the call to talk to me. I did not come on here to talk to you. I will not ever reach out to you. Guaranteed.
That's absolutely fine.
The only time I've ever talked to you is when you use my name, my content, my face in your thumbnail, and DM me on Twitter.
Yeah, I did. I even talked about that.
Honey boo.
Yeah, I know.
Girl. So prove how little you care by leaving the call right now. It'll be
because it's what you want.
It's
what you want.
Roast.
No, it wouldn't.
It'll be an absolutely epic roast.
The diss would be me staying here because I make you uncomfortable. So of course I'm going to stay here. Hello, you're the content.
Everyone uncomfortable who listens to you.
No, I don't.
Grating voice, and you're annoying.
Really? I make everybody uncomfortable.
The general internet consensus would be that, you and your father are the most culpable in your family's dysfunction. Or maybe not you, maybe you're a victim of your father, but either way, they put your father at a position of culpability in your family much higher.
They do, but that's the internet consensus, like people who are only briefly jumping in. And here take yours on videos. People who actually watch us, they don't think that.
So what about people like Shamu who have just watched everything?
Shamu gets more content out of fueling my mother to do crazier and crazier legal things and attack my father through isolating her into a private Discord group with him and his trolls. And he is like he's a psychotic type of person. He likes lying about us online, trolling us, fucking with us, making us look bad. He fuck about my mother. The idea that any of these give a fuck about my mother is not true. They just wind her up, watch her attack us, and then laugh at it. That's what they do.
Shamu isn't waiting. He would like to come on and talk to you.
For his entertainment. Oh god, here we go.
All right, Shamu, you're on.
I just wanted to clear up some of the stuff that she's saying about Courtney and the people that I know.
Right.
So when the Thorpe started, right, with Courtney, a big part of their content was humiliating her. And if you remember the stream where Ben like slaps Grace's ass or whatever, the way that Grace and Ben like to treat Courtney. So they constantly did that kind of stuff to humiliate her. And they would get some satisfaction out of that, and they would try to make content out of that. Now,
hey, Shamu, can I ask you a question?
Yeah, well, I was explaining something, but yeah, you can ask
When
me
you and your
whatever.
friends convinced my mother to get drunk and saw up a futon on live stream and I had nothing to do with it, were you guys interested in humiliating her? Or, like, what was the explanation for that?
So that was before. That was when we first started.
I didn't ask when that happened. I just asked what was your intention.
But we're gonna get derailed.
Can I just explain?
Let Shamu finish his point, Grace.
Were you intending to humiliate her when you guys did that?
Grace,
let me just explain.
Okay, so
let him
he doesn't
explain
want
his
to answer
point.
the question.
Let him
Okay.
explain his point, and then
we'll
can
circle back.
No,
yeah,
that's
we'll
fine.
circle
No,
back.
you guys defend him. You guys defend him.
We'll circle back
defending.
after he's done defending. After
we'll
he's done
explain
saying his
everything.
point. Yeah.
No
Yeah.
worries. Yeah.
When Ben talked about like smacking Courtney and all that stuff, when he broke her glasses, there's clips of that, Matt. I'm sure you've seen it, where he talks about, he's like, yes, Rini, I did have to smack her because she was acting crazy. And the assault on Grace's brother, people began to like try to want to help them. And so people would talk to them and try to be like, this isn't good what they're doing. They're trying to humiliate you. They're being physically abusive. And so people would talk to them and all this stuff. Later on down the line, Grace and Ben kick Courtney out of the house.
You can't just filibuster. You're just telling straight up lies. You're telling
I'm
straight
not-
up lies. There's no clips of my dad beating up my mom like she said on the affidavit. There's no clips of that. There's clips of him saying that he knocked her glasses off her face.
Yeah.
She lied that he beat her on her head and torso on the affidavit. That is a straight up lie. You're trying to confuse two things.
I'm not saying that
You're
he did
confusing
that.
two things by saying, there's clips of him saying that he did assault her. Not true. He said he knocked her glasses off her face because she was acting crazy because my brother was about to go to prison.
Okay, but I didn't say that.
He was putting himself in jeopardy of being going to prison
else.
by breaking an NCO. There was no assault on my brother. My dad did not assault my brother. My dad did not assault my brother. The charges were dropped. There was no assault.
Grace,
you're just lying.
I have let you speak uninterrupted quite a bit. Please let him speak.
But he's just lying, though.
Well, then it can be confronted after.
So later they kicked Courtney out and they had the kids, right? And I have pictures of the house, how they left it. It was left in a mess. They had Courtney go back and take the kids because they couldn't take care of the house or do anything, right?
Lie! She asked to be back with the kids, Shamu! She asked to be back with the kids and for us to leave, Shamu! That's a lie! You're just lying! It was on Discord VCs. She was pretending to be homeless. She called and she said, okay, let's switch. I want the kids. You guys move out. We did not force her to come back. We had asked her to come back because what kind of mother abandons her minor children?
He's almost done. And then I'll let you pop off uninterrupted.
Yeah. So she takes the kids back or whatever, right? This is when, they were left, the kids and Courtney were left with no money. I have the bank transfers actually from Ben to Grace. It's about $80K. He funneled all the money to her out of fear that Courtney would divorce him. So she had no money. So basically what was left was my friends and stuff wanted to support Courtney because they felt really bad for her. So they helped her through this whole entire thing to where now she has the kids back and she's working 2 jobs to take care of them because she had no money and they're going through the divorce court now and all that stuff. The narrative that I want to do any of that for content, or that Courtney is a lolcow is so like she hasn't been on videos, she hasn't been on streams, which is what really gets Ben and Grace mad because they want to humiliate her. I have no interest in that whatsoever. I feel really bad for her and her children, and I think it's great that she's working 2 jobs now and doing all this stuff, but nobody's trolling her. Nobody is doing any of this shit for content. We genuinely feel bad for her and like wish her the best.
Okay.
You are an absolute liar. Number one, the idea that you care about the kids. When my mother abandoned, she was not kicked out. Her and my dad agreed that at a certain point, they were like, okay, this just keeps looping. At a certain point, if we can't work this out, we should split up somehow. She, on that day, she walked out, went to my dad's house down the road, pretended my dad had kicked her out with no clothes or food or money, which is not true. We didn't know what the fuck she was doing. She walked down there and convinced my dad's dad.
Grace, the camera's probably fucking you off.
Yeah, if you turn it off, it might be better.
Is it better now? Is it better now?
It is so much better.
Is it better now?
It's wonderful.
Yes.
Grace, so before you...
So
but
wait, hang on. Let me finish.
Now let Grace finish and you'll respond.
Wait, hang on. I was responding.
We got you. It's okay. Go ahead.
Saying we really care about the kids. We really care about the kids. You do not. When my mother pretended she was homeless while really she had manipulated my dad's dad into getting her a hotel room and was pretending to me and my dad and my siblings that she was homeless, you guys called the police on us knowing full well that I was there alone with my dad and my siblings multiple times for things that my brother had said, like my daughter is my sister is a sex slave. You sent tips into the police knowing they would come to our house and interrogate me and my siblings many times. These things that were ridiculous Discord lies. You sent them in as anonymous tips to harass me and my family when you knew full well that my siblings were there alone with just me and my dad. Their mother had left them. They were terrified, and you sent police to harass us through anonymous tip lines. You knew those kids were by themselves. You knew that I had to be their stand-in mother because you had trolled my own fucking mother into leaving. You don't give a fuck about my siblings. You are a horrendous person.
When you were hitting Courtney on stream, that was the only time anybody called the police. When you were assaulting her on stream.
No,
that did happen,
not true.
but it was when you were hitting her on
stream. You people sent in anonymous tips and then you laughed about it to us. You sent pizzas, you sent police, you sent tons of stuff. And I wouldn't even really care if it was just me and my dad, but you knew that we were there with my siblings and that our mother had left because you had convinced her to leave.
Nobody convinced. Wait, no, you guys were the ones that convinced Courtney. You were the ones that said that told Courtney.
You had
been
like slowly manipulating her. You had been slowly manipulating her to run away from my dad, and it happened that night. And then we were there by ourselves.
You guys were the ones that told her to leave the kids.
Your best friend, Rizza, your best friend said that child abuse is funny. He said he laughs at it when people's kids are hurt by your trolls. He said that.
That's gross.
I wouldn't even
I don't remember that.
He said that. Well, that's your best friend. That's my mother's fucking best friend. I know because he tells me constantly.
He tells you all kinds of shit that's not true because Riz is a troll. He says all kinds of shit that's not true. You can't just say,
okay, so you're a troll too. Grace. So everything you guys say is both true and not true. No, you said you care about those kids. You do not care about those kids. You do not care. If you cared,
like a hag right now.
If you didn't want to humiliate my mother, why did you include all those clips of her being humiliated in your documentaries for everyone in the world to see?
I can explain that.
Why did you include? Why did you personally clip her sexual thing with Warnaxer, which is the reason that still gets around? If you're so embarrassed for her and you want to protect her so much, you use it for content, you fucking faggot.
I can talk about it, right? So when I first started doing it, I wanted to be fair because I didn't want to like be biased with the coverage of the whole thing and everything that happened. All this other stuff, as far as like you guys kicking her out of the house, that happened way later. But when I first made the first video or whatever, I wanted to be fair, so I included her too. I included stuff from Courtney, from you, and from Ben. But as far as the stuff that happened later...
That's not true. It wasn't fair. You lied in tons of that stuff. It was already pro-Courtney. You started early. When she started doing her own streams, you guys would come on, pretend you were her friends, get her to admit embarrassing things, then you trolled her into sawing a futon while drunk on live stream. Everybody laughed about it.
They thought it would be good content. It was just a funny thing.
You turned her into a lolcow. If you want to talk about embarrassing, that's embarrassing. Then you realize that the better content was turning her against her husband and her children. So you went with that. And you've been doing this for years now.
That's why
I think your mom is the lolcow. I'm going to be honest. I don't think your mom is the lolcow. I think you and your dad are. Because
But
it's you and your dad that people are making videos on. That would be you and your dad are the lolcows, not your mom.
in fact, if anything, people would say
I'm
that
a
I content
self-aware
cucks
lolcow.
because
She's the type
yeah,
of lolcow.
like there's
She's
no
the type
interest
of
in making
lolcow
videos on
who
Courtney or you
there's
guys anymore.
VCs.
I don't
There's
want to make
VC
videos on
there's
you
VC
guys anymore.
Okay, but you're here. You're here. Leave the call then if you're so
Yeah,
uninterested. Leave the
no,
fucking
because
call,
I
faggot.
didn't like
Leave
the
the fucking call,
accusations,
faggot.
and
Leave
I
the
wanted
fucking
to
call, faggot. Leave the call, faggot. If
Okay,
you're not interested,
spurred
leave
some
the
more,
fucking call.
Grace. Holy
Leave the
shit.
call if you're not
Everybody,
interested.
she's being a hag. She's being a hag, everybody. Make the
Leave
point.
the call
she's
if
being
you're
a
not
hag.
interested.
Seem
You're
a
not
bit
interested in
upset,
me and my
Grace.
family, then leave the call. Leave the call.
Maybe you can calm down
Yeah,
a little
I'm
bit.
upset at
You
the
made some
idea that
accusations, so I just
you
wanted to
are the
explain because
person.
I don't talk
You
about
are
this
the
stuff on
person.
streams. It's the
You
first
are
time
one
I've
of the
kind of
people
explained
who
it.
has convinced my mom to do all this shit.
No, she wants to take care of the kids, and you know, God bless her.
How is she
Godspeed. I
taking
hope
care
that
of
she
them?
does well. And
Okay, Shamu.
she's
Okay,
working
Shamu.
2
How is she taking care of
jobs
them? Okay,
because you guys
my
stole all
sister
the
texts
money,
me and says,
Grace.
my sister texts me and says, hey, mom's drunk on Discord again. Mom's inviting people over from Discord. I feel uncomfortable. I feel weird. This is weird. Mom gets drunk every Sunday and screams at people on Discord. She yells out faggot and slurs and stuff. I don't know what's going on. She has weird friends online. She doesn't talk to us anymore. Is that her fucking taking care of her children, Shamu? Or is that you manipulating a mentally ill woman into isolating her kids into a fucking torture chamber of an apartment where she continues to interact with you people because it's the only friends she has?
She
You
talks
tell
to people
me.
on Sundays.
You tell me. And does that sound like her taking
All right.
care of my siblings?
So
Does it? Does it?
So Grace, now you're gonna let Shamu respond.
I'm seeing the breakdown in real time. This is exactly what I asked
So-
for. Let's go.
On Sundays, yeah, Courtney and some of my friends and stuff, they do VCs. I'm not always there, but they'll do VCs and they'll shoot the shit or whatever because they're friends. And they only do it really on Sundays. That's the only time she can get time because she has 2 fucking jobs. Because you guys stole all the family's money. Your fucking poor siblings, you stole their money and you don't even help them out. Like, what is wrong with you? Your dad's transferred 80K. I have the bank statements, Grace, and your dad, Matt, you know what I'm talking about because you watch the content.
Shamu, my parents both agreed to transfer me the money that was in previously my dad's account because my mother had left. My mother had left and she couldn't take care of the bills. So I was deemed the better person to deal with the family money. Then my mother went no contact on both of us. How was I supposed to give her anything?
Everyone knows about it.
How was I supposed to give her anything?
Because you guys posted them. You refused to help your family and your siblings out.
I have the bank statements too.
Now works 2 jobs.
I offered my siblings. You're just lying. I offered my siblings an apartment. I offered my siblings and my mother an apartment. I offered them jobs. I offered them money.
What? You offered them jobs to do content? Yeah, you wanted your siblings to do content and get on YouTube?
Huh?
That's what it was, right? You wanted them to do content. You were like, "Oh, we'll get you an apartment, but you have to be on YouTube." That's what your dad always does, Grace.
That's not what I said. That's not what I said.
So that's not true?
That's not what I said.
Your dad didn't try to
they
make
could
a
sell
deal with
stuff
them to
on
get on
eBay
YouTube?
if they wanted to. You're just going to take
every single time. You
just
guys had a
You're just
YouTube
cowards
channel
hiding
for the
behind
kids.
PFPs. You're just yes, we did, and then
you
Mom
got
took it away,
nothing.
and Joey wanted to be a streamer. I don't like. You're just going to turn everything. It's not worth it. You're cowards hiding behind.
It's just
profile
how it
pictures.
is, Grace.
If I saw
you
you in
that
real
you
life,
money
Shamu,
too.
I would wring your fucking neck.
I'm glad
And
you're
you know
that
that.
angry.
So stay behind your profile picture.
Peace, bitch.
This stream ain't staying up.
I had some
My
more
God.
questions, but you know what? I think that
I feel good.
Sorry.
I feel
I didn't
good.
mean to run her off. She has been
Shamu,
saying for a while the stuff with the mom. I just wanted to clear it up. That's all.
you were allowed to confront those allegations, and I am very confident that you have the receipts to back up anything that you said here. My thoughts on Grace is that young lady kind of really needs some friends in her life. Not offering, but she sounds very, very lonely.
The sad thing is the girl is actually talented, and she would actually be a good IRL streamer. It's her fucking father, bro.